Mommy. So there is one simple, easy trick I have learned in the past week that has totally transformed the way that I manifest and has allowed me to create my reality on my terms. If you want to find out what that one trick is, then keep watching. Hi my loves, welcome if you are new here. My name is Hetty and on this channel we discuss all things positive, high vibe and how to use the law of attraction to manifest the life of your dreams. If you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button for me, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any more wonderful content like this. Now I am totally out of breath from walking up what does not, it looks like a flat field on there, but it is not. I'm just going to plonk myself down here for today's video whilst the dogs run around. I will apologise because all the videos I have put up this week have been in this exact same shirt, and today I look like a little bit of a rock star. I've kind of rolled my sleeves up because it is such a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, which is quite rare in the UK. I wanted to share with you guys something I have learned over the past few weeks that has literally transformed my life, the way that I live. It has reduced my anxiety levels to, well, nothing. I don't have anxiety anymore. I used to still get, you know, some moments of anxiety, but now I just don't at all. I don't suffer from depression. I just don't get worried or stressed or angry or any of these lower negative vibrational emotions. And I wanted to share that with you guys because that's what this channel is all about, sharing everything with you. And I will apologise for squinting all the time because the sun is so bright today, but we're not complaining, we're embracing it. So I have recently been watching a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I think he is absolutely incredible. He is one of the most knowledgeable people in the scientific world on the law of attraction, because a lot of people think the law of attraction is, you know, just spiritual mumbo jumbo and it doesn't really mean anything. You know, it's all just wacky people, a bit woo woo, and all those people out there who, you know, think that you're a little bit crazy in believing in it. But Dr. Joe Dispenza really marries together the science of it and the spiritual side of things, which can be quite difficult to do sometimes. And he's such an interesting guy to listen to. Every time I listen to him, my mind is just blown. I watch all of his interviews, all of his documentaries and content, and I watched his documentary series on Gaia called Rewired, and it is so interesting and it's an incredible watch. If you haven't watched it, you can get a free 7-day trial on Gaia if you haven't started already, so you can watch it in those 7 days. If nothing else and you don't want to keep it, I recommend just to watch it for that series. It will transform your life beyond belief. So there is something in the scientific world. Now I will apologise in explaining this because I am not the most sciencey. I'll explain it in very basic layman terms. So there's something in the scientific world called the observer effect. Now I believe it was Albert Einstein and another scientist who I cannot remember the name of came up with and discovered the observer effect. So they were measuring particles and they realized that when you look at a particle, when you're trying to look at it, then it stays as that solid mass and it stays what it is. And when you don't look at it anymore, when you take your attention off it, it turns back into waveform, and the possibilities of then what it can be are endless. We are all made up of particles and energy. We are all essentially just waveforms. So literally everything, like the grass, the dog, my t-shirt, me, we're all made up of the same things essentially. So when we take our attention off something, when we take our attention, for example, if I'm looking at the dog, there is only a certain amount of possibilities that what can happen whilst I'm looking at the dog. If I take my attention off the dog and put it onto elsewhere, just put it onto nature or just space, then there is an endless amount of possibilities as to what can happen next. So I hope this is making sense to you. It took me a little bit of time to wrap my head around this, but it's all explained in Dr. Joe Dispenza's series, and you can search it on YouTube as well if you want to learn more about the observer effect. But what it's basically saying is when we take our attention off of something. So when we take our attention off of, say we're in a relationship and we're arguing, when we just take our attention off of that and decide to focus our energy inwards and on ourselves, or onto space and onto nothing, then the endless possibilities that can come about and that can change in that situation are unbelievable. So what I have been doing in the past week is, when I find myself obsessing or overthinking and stressing about something, so about my job, or you know, I was waiting to get my car back for a while, it had gone into the garage, I'm waiting for my house still, all these different things, thinking like, oh well, what if I have that plan with someone and that thing, and I was obsessing about quite a lot of things at different points. And what I decided to do was, when I found myself thinking about something too much, you know, if I didn't just have like a passing thought about it, if I was literally, you know, overthinking and thinking of all the possible scenarios of it, then I decided to tell myself the word, just say the word to myself, space. And what that has done to my mind is to, in those moments, instead of focus on that one thing, so the fact that I still need to move into my house and I want that to come back, when I focus and decide, you know, I'm getting too stressed out thinking about when that's going to be, I have decided to just focus in my attention on space. I just look at the clear air around me. You can breathe in if you want to, and you can just feel the space in things. So put your attention and energy on nothing. When it's on nothing, then everything else can change and come about so much quicker. And this happened for me in the past week with so many things. And I didn't even realise at first that was why I did it. But when I found myself overthinking and stressing, I decided to tell myself the word space, and then take a moment to just think about nothing. Now, it can be difficult for us to think about nothing because, you know, we have so many thoughts a day. I think we've got 70,000 thoughts a day, and it can just be a constant whirlwind in our minds, and that doesn't allow any creative space or energy to get in for the universe to help manifest everything that you want, and for other potential outcomes to come about from things. You are being very controlling when you think about something too much. You are being like a control freak. See yourself as, when you think and obsess over something too much, you are pushing for a certain outcome, and so it's narrowing that field of potentiality as to what can happen. So when you learn about the observer effect and you take your attention off that, it opens, so like Albert Einstein found, when you take your attention off that, and oh gosh, he's digging a hole. Sorry guys, he's just decided to dig a massive hole behind me. But yeah, when Albert Einstein and his other scientific friend, who I cannot remember, took their attention off the particles, they became free waveform energy, and that meant that they had so much more freedom and flexibility to choose. He's sucking it back. To choose what they wanted to do. So if you're thinking about something at the moment, if it hasn't manifested for a while, take your attention off it, leave that hole alone, and stop focusing on what it is that you don't want, or even what it is that you do want, and just tell yourself space, focus my energy on nothing, no one, no thing, no time, no space, and it allows the field of possibilities for what can actually manifest into your life to be so much quicker. I have manifested so many things so much quicker, so messages from people, or plans that I wanted to have with people without even reaching out to those people myself. They've just contacted me because I've thought, oh, I could see them on that day, and then I've thought, no, I'm just going to allow myself the space, and if I feel like I want to contact them, that's fine, I'll just take inspired action. And 90% of the time they've messaged me first anyway, or if I've messaged them, then they've been happy to go with the plans, and everyone's free, and it just allows the universe so much more creative space to work in your life. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and me squinting in the sun and Marmite digging his hole. If you want me to do a bit of a more in-depth video on the observer effect, or sort of more quantum physics based, where you actually want to see the scientific proof and evidence behind the law of attraction to understand better how it can work for you, then let me know. I do like science, my degree was science, and I did a lot of science at school and college, so yeah, I do really enjoy learning about the practical side of it, because it also helps that logical part of our brain to wrap our mind around how the law of attraction works, and stop thinking of it as something like really woo-woo and too far out there for us and not achievable for us, because it's just something that spiritual people believe in. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know, give me a like, let the dogs know as well. They love coming on these walks with me so I can film. And until next time, keep spreading the positive vibes and love, and I will see you soon. Mwah!